Hello, my name is Nia Rashichi, and I am the Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services in West Contra Costa Unified School District. Thank you so much for coming to one of our family nights on the Common Core State Standards. Each of our schools, district-wide, will be hosting a CCSS Family Night to help ensure that our families are informed about what the CCSS are, what they are not, what the district-wide areas of focus are, how we are implementing the Common Core in our classrooms, what the expectations are of students, and how you can partner with us to support our students to be successful as they move through our preschool through grade 12 educational system. The California State Board of Education adopted the Common Core in August of 2010. It is important to note that it will take several years to implement curriculum, instructional materials, and assessments that are 100% aligned to these new standards. The Common Core standards were developed by the nation's governors and education commissioners through their representative organizations, the National Governors Association Center for Best Practices, or NGA, and the Council of Chief State School Officers. Teachers, parents, school administrators, and experts from across the country, together with state leaders, provided input into the development of the standards. The actual implementation of the Common Core, including how the standards are taught, the curriculum developed, and the materials used to support teachers as they help students reach the standards, is led entirely at the state and local levels. Important points to remember: the standards are internationally benchmarked to ensure our students are globally competitive and authentically ready for college and careers, and allow for collaboration across states in the areas of best practices, materials, and professional development. CCSS Basics. Now, to be even more specific, the Common Core lay out what students should know and be able to do in mathematics and English language arts from kindergarten through grade 12. There is also a clear vision within the standards of what it means to be a literate person who is prepared for success in the 21st century. Not only do students need to know and be able to do the standards, but they have to be able to think critically, communicate, collaborate, be creative, and develop their technological savviness along the way. Our overarching goal: we always want to make sure that our stakeholders know that our ultimate goal is to ensure that each student is college and career ready, able to make life choices with productive and positive outcomes. And we believe that strong family and school partnerships will help us achieve that goal for our students. We as educators do throw terms around quite frequently, and we need to make sure that all of our stakeholders are on the same page with us when it comes to college and career readiness. So, please take a moment to read these two definitions. And I'm not going to read these definitions for you. This is just what we are talking about when we talk about college and career readiness. These are our definitions. It is also important to note what is said straight from the standards themselves. We know that literate students will demonstrate independence, build strong content knowledge, respond to varying demands of audience, task, purpose, and discipline, comprehend as well as critique, value evidence, use technology and digital media strategically and capably, and come to understand other perspectives and cultures. These are not standards, but they are descriptors and offer a portrait of students who meet the standards set out in the Common Core document. These are capabilities of literate individuals. It's also important to know and make sure that when we talk about the 4 C's, communication, critical thinking, collaboration, and creativity, that we are again on all the same page with the same definitions. So again, please take a moment to read through these definitions. Now, let's start to zero in on West Contra Costa and our specific work on the Common Core. We've talked about the big picture from a district-wide perspective. West Contra Costa teachers, administrators, and central office staff have all been working hard on transitioning to these new standards. For the last few years, staff has participated in a great deal of professional development and training to enhance instructional practice that will enable our educators to help our students learn these new standards and develop the skill sets required to be college and career ready. This is the year of implementation in the classroom. For West Contra Costa, we have 3 areas of focus for the Common Core: English Language Arts, English Language Development, and Math. The areas of focus under English Language Arts: more informational reading and writing and citing evidence from the text, more student academic discourse and vocabulary building, and formative assessments. In English Language Development, we want to see daily rigorous ELD instruction happening. We want to see daily language objective leading to increased student discourse and formative assessments again. And finally, in mathematics, we want to enhance our lessons with multiple methods, make sure again that academic discourse and vocabulary building is happening, and finally again, authentic performance assessments. These are our areas of focus for the West Contra Costa Unified School District. Now, Lynn Potter, Liz Torrio, and Phil Gonzalez will now go into more detail about each of these areas of focus to give you more specific information and also give you some helpful hints about how you can continue to partner in this Common Core work.
Hi, my name is Lynn Potter, Director of Educational Services, and I'm going to talk to you about English Language Arts for our students from transitional kindergarten to grade 12. As we take a closer look at the Common Core State Standards for English Language Arts and provide suggestions for supporting your children, please keep in mind the 3 core areas of English Language Arts: reading, writing, and speaking and listening. As you have just heard, the district has identified 3 major areas of literacy focus. Close reading is an instructional strategy that supports reading of informational text by guiding students to reread and analyze sections of a longer text to support comprehension. Students have opportunities to learn how to collaborate with others and engage in academic discussions in order to learn new concepts. Finally, teachers frequently check students' understanding of concepts and provide feedback which engages students in their own learning. We will start with a brief overview of informational text. We know that our students enjoy reading about topics such as sports, dinosaurs, volcanoes, ancient civilizations, space, and works of art. These texts tell our students facts and information about the world around us. Often, these nonfiction texts have a variety of features to help our students understand the details of the information presented by the author. For our younger students, teachers can help students use captions on pictures, section headings, and maps. For our older students, teachers will help students integrate the information presented in charts and graphs to enhance their understanding of increasingly complex texts. The new Common Core standards ask us to balance the amount of fiction and nonfiction pieces our students read. Teachers and parents alike can help our students engage in informational text. We can ask students intriguing questions to encourage conversations. We can listen to students' questions about informational texts and help them think more deeply and make connections with other concepts. We can support our students by encouraging them to be curious about the world around us. In our elementary classrooms, teachers encourage students to expand their experiences from reading, thinking, and speaking about informational texts to writing about grade-level informational topics. As our students move into the secondary level, teachers can also include assignments on student-selected topics such as letters on civic issues and research papers on engaging and relevant current political, social, and scientific topics. Sometimes the text that we provide to our students can be challenging, so we need to help students read the text carefully and purposefully. Teachers will work with students to help them understand the importance of author's word choice and purpose. Students should also have access to texts which are easy for them to read on their own. Parents and teachers will support students to expand their thinking about the concepts presented in the easier texts and to read and understand the more complex materials. Discussions and critical text analysis play important roles in supporting student understanding of informational text. Teachers are preparing students for college and career work by teaching, modeling, and providing situations for students to practice meaningful conversations. Teachers use specific discussion activities to help students learn to talk purposefully with their peers. Students learn how to include text-based evidence and structure viable arguments as they discuss texts in pairs and small groups. When talking with children at home, parents can model good discussion practices and help students practice how to voice their opinions successfully and how to listen to others in return. Parents can ask questions such as, "How do you know that?" or "Can you prove that to me?" or simply, "Why?" to give students the opportunity to support their opinions with evidence. Be sure to take time to listen to their answers. The ensuing conversation is usually both engaging and enjoyable. An example to illustrate the shifts that have occurred with respect to teacher expectation and how students read, think, and talk about text can be seen in this example from Alice in Wonderland, a fantasy story about a young girl who follows a rabbit down a rabbit hole. Note the shift away from asking questions that connect students' own experiences with the text. Instead, teachers now focus on questions that can only be answered by knowing what the author has said through careful reading. As we move forward with implementing the new Common Core State Standards, our systems for checking in on how well our students are doing on these new standards is changing. The new California Assessment of Student Performance and Progress, CAASPP, replaces the former statewide assessments, which you may be familiar with under the name STAR and CSTs. This new system includes a number of different kinds of assessments, such as the SBAC Summative Online Assessment and the paper and pencil-based California Standards Test, the California Modified Assessment, and the California Alternative Performance Assessment, all only in the content area of science. This new assessment system will be in use statewide starting the spring of 2015 and will provide summary information about how our students are doing on the Common Core State Standards as well as other science content standards. District benchmarks given 3 times a year to monitor student progress in reading and writing. Teachers use the results from these benchmarks to adjust their instructional approaches to the content as well as to provide additional support to students. Finally, teachers use formative assessments on a weekly and even daily basis to find out which concepts, skills, and standards students have learned and in which areas students still need additional specialized instruction. The final area of district focus is on supporting student learning through frequent and meaningful formative assessments. These assessments are given in a variety of formats as best suited to the lesson content. Take a moment to become familiar with some of the types of formative assessment our students will experience. Our new Common Core State Standards for English Language Arts challenge our students to be able to comprehend both fiction and nonfiction text, think and write and speak critically, as well as find supporting evidence within the text selections provided. Teachers and administrators across the district are excited to partner with our parents to promote student success with these new standards. Our shared goal is to ensure that all of our students are prepared for college and career opportunities in the future.
Hi, my name is Liz Torrio. I'm Director of Ed Services. The English Learner Department is in my department. More than 20% of California's K-12 students are designated as English learners, EL, representing over 60 different language groups. Students will need strong literacy and language skills to learn the Common Core State Standards, CCSS, in English language arts, math, science, and history, social studies. The California English Language Development, ELD standards, are used together with all of the CCSS in content areas to support and accelerate the learning of EL students. Teachers must provide students with many opportunities to listen, speak, read, and write in the classroom. Language is a focal point for English learner students to be successful in learning the CCSS. Students must be provided many opportunities to listen, speak, read, and write in the classroom. Previously, you were introduced to the district area of focus. I would like to review the areas of focus for English learner students. Students receive daily rigorous English language development instruction to improve their skills in listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Teachers develop language objectives in their English language development lessons. Each language objective focuses on the specific language students will need in order to express their understanding or communicate with other students about a lesson. Daily language objectives support students in developing academic language and provide students with opportunities to have collaborative conversations with peers. Teachers frequently assess students' skills to determine what skills they have learned and in what areas they may need some support. EL students are enrolled in a variety of instructional settings: structured English immersion, SEI, transitional bilingual education, TBE, and dual language immersion, DLI. All EL students receive daily rigorous English language development instruction in all instructional settings, which will improve their English language proficiency skills in listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The California ELD standards apply to all of these instructional settings and are designed to be used by all academic content and ELD teachers. In each setting, the ELD standards are used in ways that are appropriate to the setting and identified student needs. For example, they are the focal standards in settings specifically designed for English language development, such as an ELD class where English learners are grouped by English language proficiency level. The CCSS supports collaboration and teamwork among students and teachers to develop language and literacy. Through collaboration, English learners will have extra time to practice and improve their speaking and listening skills. Teachers require students to write citing evidence from assigned reading. This type of writing occurs in a variety of settings, such as English or history, social studies essays, math word problems, and science lab reports. EL students need to be provided many opportunities to build their academic vocabulary and practice and improve their writing skills in order for them to become proficient in English. EL students are administered benchmark assessments 3 times a year in English language arts, English language development, and mathematics to determine how well students are mastering English language proficiency, English language arts, and math skills. It is important to know that new state tests are being developed to determine EL students' English proficiency skills in listening, speaking, reading, and writing. New state standardized assessments are also being developed to determine how EL students are progressing in the CCSS. These tests will assess if English learners are successful in learning the new standards. The CCSS will require students to use computers to take the new state assessments. English learners will need to have access to technology and to know how to use computers during the testing. English learner students need additional support to learn language and the new CCSS standards. Parents can provide students with opportunities to practice language at home. Parents, relatives, or friends can speak or read to students to allow students to practice. Parents can provide students with books, magazines, online programs, and videos to assist students to build skills in mathematics, science, and history, social studies. Public libraries have many of these resources. Parents should talk to teachers and counselors to determine how they can support students at home. They should also ask teachers if there are any special programs offered or resources available at the school that could help students improve English or academic skills.
Hello, my name is Phil Gonzalez, and I'm the Director of Mathematics. There are 3 main areas of focus for the Common Core Mathematics. The first is focus. Focus on fewer standards and less material to cover, which enables teachers to go deeper into the content and ensure that all students develop the necessary skills and proficiency for higher mathematics. The second area is coherence. This is necessary for students to see connections in mathematics through the years. And the third are mathematical practices. These are skills necessary to become proficient in mathematics. Such skills as making sense of problems and persevere in solving them and attend to precision. The 3 main areas of focus enable us to go deeper into the mathematics content, rather than just teaching a lot of concepts at a superficial level, teaching fewer concepts and going deeper within a concept. Focus on making sure the mathematics students learn is connected through the grades so students understand the cumulative nature of the subject. And defining mathematics rigor and proficiency to better enable us to ensure students have access and can be successful in higher levels of mathematics. West Contra Costa Unified School District's focus is related to ensuring that students not only learn how to do the mathematics, but learn how to think mathematically. We do this through showing students many ways to think and do mathematics. We call this multiple methods. For example, when students learn how to multiply numbers, we show them multiple ways to think and do the mathematics. We focus on doing the math, thinking mathematically, and seeing the mathematics. You can do the problem using the traditional algorithm. You can do the problem using partial products, which focuses on place value. You can do the problem using decomposition and the distributive property, and you can do the problem by drawing an area model. By using multiple methods, students can not only make connections between the different methods, but also develop their flexibility and intuition about mathematics. Our assessments will look and feel different for students. Having students take their assessments online enables us to ask a variety of types of questions, including selected response items, constructed response items, technology enhanced items, and extended response items. Let me show you an example of the difference between a multiple choice item, as in previous years of testing, and a selected response item, the new form of testing. In previous years of state testing, the CST, there were only multiple choice items. These items had one correct answer. Take a look at this example and determine the one correct answer. This is how the same type of question will be asked using the Smarter Balanced Assessment Consortium assessment, the new form of assessment. This is an example of a selected response item. These type of assessments provide teachers with more information about what students know and what they're able to do, and how best we can provide support for students learning the mathematics content. In order to help us ensure that students are able to do and learn mathematics, there are some simple things you can do that will help. These include talking about how math is used in everyday life, at the grocery store, banking, and how math is used with recipes when you cook. Ask to review your child's notes, classwork, and homework. Be positive about when you talked about your experiences in learning math. Ask questions such as, what specific math did you learn today? Can you show me some more examples from class? Did you learn how to do these problems any other way? Thank you for attending the Common Core Family Night. We greatly appreciate you working with us to ensure that all West Contra Costa Unified School District students are college and career ready. Your site team will now share specific site areas of work.